want to tell you something nobody told me. And I'm 83 years old, so I've had a long time to wish someone had. You know that moment when you're sitting in a quiet house? The kind of quiet that used to bother you because it meant the kids were up to something. But now the quiet is just quiet. And your phone is right there on the table, and you're looking at it, and it's not ringing. That moment, that right there, is what nobody prepares you for. And I made every mistake that leads to it. Stay with me, because what I learned at 83 might be the most important thing you hear this year. My name is Margaret. I have 4 children, 11 grandchildren, a little flat, and for most of my life, I was certain about one thing, just one thing. My children will be there for me. That was the deal, wasn't it? You give everything. You sacrifice everything. You stay up through the fevers and the teenage arguments and the heartbreaks and the university fees. And when your time comes, when you're the one who needs someone, they show up. That's what I believed, with my whole heart. I was wrong. And I don't mean they stopped loving me. That's not what I mean at all. What I mean is something much harder to say out loud, something I had to learn in the most painful way possible. Let me take you back to where it started. My husband Ronald passed 7 years ago. February, cold. The house smelled like soup and sympathy for weeks. And my children, they came. Of course they came. They're good people. My eldest, Thomas, stayed 2 weeks, slept in the old guest room, made sure I ate, and then he went home, and I understood. I really did. He lives 5 hours away. He has a wife. He has his own children. He has a life that doesn't pause. So I told myself, Margaret, you're strong. You've always been strong. You'll be fine. And then the weeks turned to months, and the months started to feel very long. I'd wake up at 7 a.m. and realize I had absolutely nowhere to be, nothing waiting for me, nobody expecting me, just the kettle, the quiet, and the photos on the wall of a life that felt like it belonged to someone else now. So I did what any mother does. I reached out. I called more, sent voice notes to the grandchildren, little silly ones, hoping they'd send one back, asked about visits. Mom, we're just really busy right now. Mom, the kids have football this weekend. Mom, maybe next month. I'll check the diary. Next month, next month, next month. And I kept saying, it's fine. They're busy. They love me. It's fine. But here's the thing about telling yourself something is fine. You have to keep saying it louder and louder, because deep down, it wasn't fine at all. So I tried a different approach. I made myself useful. I started offering to babysit, even when they hadn't asked, dropping food off unannounced. I was just in the area. I made your favorite, sending articles, giving advice, calling to check in. Basically, and I cringe saying this now, I was performing the role of a mother who wasn't needy, who was just helpful, who could be kept around because she added value. And you know what happened? I felt it shift. That pause before they answered the phone. That look between my son and his wife when I walked in. That very particular politeness that means, we love you, but this is a lot. I wasn't connecting. I was clinging. And I was too proud, too scared to admit what was really happening. So I made one more mistake, the biggest one. I uprooted my entire life. I sold the house Ronald and I had lived in for 41 years, and I moved to my youngest daughter Claire's city, because surely, I thought, surely proximity will fix this. It didn't. Claire was kind, Claire was loving, but Claire had a career, a husband, a schedule that ran like a Swiss watch. And now I was 5 minutes away instead of 5 hours away. And somehow, that made the distance feel even further. It was a Tuesday. I remember because there was a program I liked on the television, one of those cooking competitions. I'd been looking forward to it all day, which, if you think about it, tells you something about how small my world had gotten. I was sitting in my chair, the program was on, and I wasn't watching it. I was just staring at the screen, thinking. And this thought crept in, slowly, the way cold does in an old house. I have been waiting. For 7 years I had been waiting for my children to fill this gap, waiting for the family life I'd pictured, waiting for someone to come and make me feel less invisible. And nobody was coming, not because they didn't love me, but because I had done something I didn't even have a word for at the time. I had outsourced my life, my sense of purpose, my happiness, my reason to get up in the morning. I had handed all of it to other people, and those people had their own lives to live. And I sat in that chair on that Tuesday night, and I thought, Margaret, what have you done? So let me tell you what I know now, what I wish I had known at 60, at 50, at your age. The first thing, your children's love is real, but it is not a plan. Love is not a plan. Love doesn't pay for your care. It doesn't keep you company at 3 a.m. when you wake up frightened. It doesn't give you a reason to get dressed in the morning. Love is beautiful, and it is not enough on its own. You need a life that can hold you, not just people who care about you. The second thing, the loneliest people I know stopped investing in themselves after 60. They said, I've done my part. I deserve to rest now. And they rested. And they rested themselves right into invisibility. Here's the truth. Purpose doesn't retire. Your brain still needs problems. Your hands still need projects. Your heart still needs something to look forward to. Whatever that is for you, find it, protect it, chase it. Do not stop. The third thing, build friendships like your life depends on it, because at a certain age, it does. I had let all my real friendships wither. Real friendship, the kind where someone truly sees you and calls just to check. That is not a luxury, that is medicine. If you still have those people in your life, call them today, not tomorrow, today. The fourth thing, financial independence is not about being rich. It is about dignity. You don't need a fortune. You need something of your own, something you control, because self-reliance is the only thing that never cancels on you. And the fifth thing, the most important one, stop waiting. I spent decades saying, when the children are settled, then I'll travel. When I retire, then I'll paint. When things slow down, then I'll finally, then. I am 83 years old. There is no then. There is only right now. Whatever you have been putting off, stop putting it off, please. This is not a sad story about ungrateful children. Thomas is a good man. Claire is a wonderful woman. This is a story about a woman who poured everything outward and forgot to keep anything for herself. And I think you know this feeling. Maybe you haven't said it out loud yet, but somewhere underneath all of that, there's a version of you that got a little lost. That person didn't disappear. They're still there. And I'm asking you, gently, don't wait. Build a life so full, so purposeful, so yours, that your children's absence doesn't hollow you out. Let their love be a bonus, not a lifeline, because there is nothing more magnetic than a person who is fully, unapologetically alive. If something in here landed somewhere true for you, don't just scroll past it. Sit with it. Ask yourself, where am I waiting? What am I outsourcing? What have I put off long enough? And if you want to keep talking, leave a comment. Tell me where you are. And take care of yourself. I really mean that.